Good morning everybody and welcome to a bookish day. I am kind of not having the best day today, honestly, and I want to change that. So I thought, what would make me feel better? A bookish day, doing things that involve books. We're gonna start out with breakfast. I have some homemade banana bread on my strawberry plate. I don't know how else to show you, but it's very cute. I also have my iced matcha latte that I made. My plan for today basically is I'm hoping to finish the book I'm currently reading, which is After I Do by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I also want to go book shopping, or at least book browsing. I'm not wanting to buy a bunch of books, maybe like one or two, but I kind of just want to go to the bookstore, hang out there, walk around, see what's new, you know. Then we also need to stamp some of the books that I've read a couple weeks ago, because I haven't yet, and I want to stamp all of the books that I loved and that I want to add to my like forever collection basically. I also want to go over my July TBR because it is gonna be pretty long, because I am going on a little reading vacation with my sister in like the end of July, and I'm thinking that I'm gonna read a lot then, and I want to kind of prepare all the summer books for that. So that's what we're gonna do. Book haul. I only ended up getting 2 books, which is perfect because I didn't want to splurge, but I did want to get something. Let's start with a crowd favorite. I got Wild Love by Elsie Silver. This is part of a series, the first part, and I'm guessing this is gonna be like a standalone intertwined type thing with them all living in the same town as the other parts come out. I think the second part is out or is coming out this year, I'm not quite sure. Rosie, who is like messy and chaotic, but obviously like stunning and funny and all that stuff, and she needs a job. Ford offers Rosie a job, and then, you know, things happen that happen in a romance book. I'm not sure if I love like the billionaire setting, like that being a big part of it, but I'm not sure if it is going to be a big part of it or that's just the concept of it all. But I'm very interested to see if I like this, because a lot of other people really love this book, and I just want to give it a try. And the other one is one I've never heard about. You'd Look Better as a Ghost. You're Dead to Me, literally. I think it's so funny. This is, I think, from what I've gathered from reviews and the back text, about a English woman who sees people as ghosts before they're dead, because she's the one who ends up killing them. And apparently it is kind of like Dexter vibes, like the TV show Dexter, where she kills people not just because like she thinks it's fun or something, I don't know, but because there is like some reasoning behind it, and I'm very interested to see where this book goes. Also, I love the cover. This one just, I don't know, it spoke to me. It also is apparently very funny and just a good time, so I'm very interested to see how I like both of them. I actually only have the remaining 4 ACOTAR books to stamp right now, because I either stamped everything already or I haven't finished it yet. But I just want to show you my stamp again. So this is it. It has the design on the top here, and then you just stamp the little design from here onto the books, and I'm obsessed with it. It says The Library of Viola, and it has the little eye and book thing on there. I'll show you a close-up. But yeah, I really enjoyed ACOTAR book 1, so obviously I had to get the rest of them all. I'm so mad that they put like the design on the side here too, because I think it would have been so nice if they were all just solid color, but whatever, the front of it looks fun. And yeah, let's get stamping. This is what the final stamp looks like. I'm trying to not crack anything right now. This is not the perfect placement because it is like over this, but it's fine. Overall, like the page still looks fine, and I am still obsessed with the design. It does like run out a little bit because book paper is different than like regular paper, but it's so pretty. I also reorganized my bookshelf. All of these books are the books that I haven't read yet, besides the ones that are like flipped around. So this one, I think this is a Harry Potter 1, and then here we have the first parts of the Folk of the Air series. So I'm just gonna flip them around once I'm done so I can actually see what I haven't read yet, which is quite a lot. Though there's also another one that I've read, which is the first part of that series. And then over in the living room bookshelf are all the books that I've read so far, so that I, as I've mentioned, have everything a little bit like separated, and I can actually see what books I haven't read yet so I don't forget anything. Some series that don't have space in here actually are out in the living room as well. Anyways, let's get into the July TBR since I am in front of this shelf right now. Let's pick some. Alright, so since July is a summer month, my brain's just not working today, but since we are in the summer, I want to pick some summer books. I definitely want to have Beach Read on there. I also have the Beach Reads book club. I don't know if I want to read both Beach Reads in the same month, but let's pull them out for now. I also don't want to go overboard with Emily Henry books. I'm gonna keep People Who Read on Vacation for maybe next month. Oh, I definitely want to read Every Summer After by Carly Fortune. I've heard so many good things, so I want to see if I like this too. Also got Same Time Next Summer, which is quite a short book by Annabelle Monaghan. I think that's how you say her name. So I'm also adding this one. Okay, so those are 4 like romancy books. We need some other picks in there. Let's do The Fury. This is a thriller slash gossip thing set in Greece, so this is also a perfect summer book. I haven't talked about this. I joined a book club and we have our first meeting in August, in the beginning of August, about ACOTAR book 1, and then in the end of August, ACOTAR book 2. So I don't know if I should read ACOTAR book 2 in July, because then I would have to wait 2 months to talk about it in book club, or if I should keep that for August. But I also really enjoyed that world and I kind of want to read. I don't know. No, let's not add it for now, but I could add Crown of Midnight because I do want some like fantasy books in there. I did finally get my hands on Assassin's Blade, which I want to read third. That should get here at the end of the week or end of next week, I'm not quite sure. So I can finally continue this series because I didn't want to read 2 books and then wait forever. So I read the first part and then waited a couple of weeks, months, and then I'm gonna read this part in July. I'm gonna add Queen of Blue because then I can make some more progress with that series. Let's add some thrillers or like crime books. I'm gonna add this author. I've talked about him a lot. He's a German author, like I think one of the most popular German authors right now, and he writes really crazy thrillers that are very twisted, and they always, I don't know, I read one book of him and I was actually scared and that never happens whenever I read a book, so I think I'm gonna add this one. Then also let's add You'd Look Better as a Ghost, because I got this and I kind of want to read it soon, and I feel like this book doesn't have a season. This can go good with any season. I'm gonna add When in Rome again. I only read a couple of pages. I've talked about this too a lot. The German dialogue in this, I hate it, but I feel like the story is promising, so I kind of wanted to give this another try. So this is number 10. Alright, this is the July TBR. We have When in Rome, You Look Better as a Ghost, the crazy German book, Queen of Nothing, The Fury, Same Time Next Summer, Every Summer After, Beach Reads book club, and Crown of Midnight. I think this is a good selection. We also need to finish my book journal because for June this is all I put in, and I read I think like 10 books in June, and this one was from the 24-hour reading vlog, so those are all of those books. And then I did read, I think, no, there must have been more than 10. I feel like I've read like 8 more books. I don't have a printer right now, but I'm gonna map out the rest of the page and then put the star ratings and everything because I have all of that in Goodreads, and then print out the little stickers for the book covers tomorrow probably. And then we also need to start a July TBR book spread. I don't know, I'm always like conflicted if I should put like the TBR in there or if I should only put the books that I've read in there, because I feel like if I would put like the whole TBR physically like in the journal, then I would have to read them, because I wouldn't want to put like stuff in my journal that I didn't actually read. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll figure June out first and then we'll get to July. This is the June spread. I put my favorite quotes from the books that had one on there. These 2 books didn't have a favorite quote. I still enjoyed them, but there just wasn't a quote. And then I'm still missing the covers, obviously. I did try to add, because I did like the green thing here, I tried to add some other green things. The romance books get green hearts, and then obviously where the pencil is right now, the cover is gonna go. I think it's not too bad. For being a graphic designer, I suck at this, but yeah, it's fine. Ready to see the most ugly TBR thing ever. I just realized I forgot to add the month. I'll do that in a bit. But this is the page. I put all of the TBR books over here, like the ones that I'm planning on reading, and then over here, since there's more space on this page, I figured I will put the covers as I did in June, and then I'll probably add July on top here somewhere. I am not very proud of it, but you know what, the point of this like journal thing is that it just doesn't matter, and I'm just doing it for myself, so who cares. But yeah, we have the 10 books here. I forgot also to add the one that I'm currently reading, which is After I Do by Taylor Jenkins Reid, and speaking of that, we're gonna read that now. Let's get some reading done. I just got to page 160, which is pretty much halfway. It's like split into parts, and I'm on part 3. That's the way love goes. I usually read romance books, and with romance books you like go through the story how they met. But these two, they've been together for like 11 or 12 years, and then they split up, and then you go through their breakup or like their year apart. Obviously I'm only a couple months in, but it's very different. They agreed on not contacting each other at all throughout the year, except like with things that have to do with their dog. No spoilers, but they do end up having some like weird contact with each other, and then you find out how they kind of feel. It's very interesting to see that they both feel similar things but also feel very different things, and I get how that can be frustrating. And I'm very interested to see if they actually will end up together or if they're gonna keep being split up, because right now I can see both ways working out very well for both of them. Anyways, I just got a little order in because I wanted to prepare for book club. I got little sticky notes. I got so many different colors because I wanted to have a little matching thing for each book, and I think that this first one would, for example, be perfect for this book. The color palette would be really nice together. So we have this one. This one's very similar. These are just a bit like darker, I guess. Then we have some like more blues. We have a lot of blues actually. This one's also very beautiful, like purple and blue. Then we have some like browns. Maybe these would work with like thrillers because they're usually darker. We have 2 more blues. There's so many blues in there. And then we have this kind of greenish one. I think that I'm gonna annotate Akatar 2 with these colors, because my thinking process was, if I read the books for book club, I usually would probably read them a couple like weeks or days before, and I don't know if I'll remember everything once we get to book club. So I'm gonna start tabbing my books and annotating. I also have, I don't see them right now, but I got these. I didn't know that I ordered these, but apparently they come in like this big pack. I got some clear sticky notes, like the post-it things, so I can even write into the books like my thoughts without damaging the books, because I am not at the point in my life yet where I can actually write into books. It still bothers me, but I now have the sticky notes and then obviously all of these little tabs. But yeah, I'm just gonna keep reading. I'll probably make a hot chocolate because today the weather's kind of weird. It was just sunny, now it's like kind of cold, and it rained today too. So I don't know what's going on, but I'll probably just keep reading.